YouTube? I'm just here to talk to you guys about the segment, the 2009 Mini Cooper. I had a problem with it where it kept going into limp mode or safe mode, as you want to call it. I couldn't figure out why. I replaced a bunch of parts and stuff until I finally decided to take it to the dealership for diagnostics, because I ended up fixing all the check engine lights, but the limp mode will still come up, and I took it to the dealership anyways. So they quoted me like $10,000 to fix it, and they told me that the limp mode was being caused by it was a 2885 code. I don't remember if it was a P2885 or just 2885, which is basically boost deviation, saying like there's like a boost leak or something. So I kind of figured like, all right, well, I'm gonna look at the car, see what's wrong with it. Let me show you guys. I checked a bunch of stuff, like I checked the charge pipe to make sure it wasn't leaking. I checked the intake, because usually they start leaking from here. I fixed my PVC valve because that was broken. I checked the vacuum hoses that go to the wastegate right here, which I'm gonna have to get back to that and tell you guys a little bit more about that. I don't know if you can see it, they're right down here. That's one of the hoses that goes to the wastegate, and it goes all the way to the back, and there's a vacuum reservoir down there that goes that the wastegate vacuum hose connects into. There's another line that comes out that goes to the pressure control valve that's connected to another vacuum that leads over here to the vacuum pump. So anyways, used to have a leaky valve cover, and I replaced that because I read on the forums that could be an issue. I ended up replacing this, and I took off the manifold and everything to check it all the way in the back, and I didn't see nothing really wrong with it but I decided to flip the wastegate hose over. And this morning I checked it again. I ended up lifting this, took out this intake out, and I saw the hose, and it was like squeezed together, like collapsed on itself. The hose itself was weak. Yeah, so what I ended up doing, I got some scissors, and luckily my hose was collapsed towards the very front, so I was able to see that it was really squeezed in there. And I saw that it was, the whole front part was weak. So I pulled it out, and I ended up cutting it about this much. I measured it out to see how far I could cut before it wouldn't reach no more. And this is the amount I got. I ended up cutting it. I zip tied it to the wastegate just because I felt like it was kind of stretchy. Made sure it was in there secure. I erased the code, and it hasn't came up at all anymore. And usually it would come up within the first 2-3 minutes of driving. It would come up, boom. And now I could actually hear my blow-off valve. So that's how I fixed the problem of the limp mode, the infamous 2885 boost deviation. Just check your hose, or if you can't check it all the way in the back, because it's pretty hard to check in the back in the manifold unless you take off the manifold, which I did, which is not that hard to do, but you know, some people aren't that savvy with the tools. So if you are savvy, I would recommend taking off you have to take out this charge pipe, which is connected to the throttle body. I just disconnected it from right here, and from the throttle body down there, ended up pulling it out. This is easy to take off. It's just one bolt right here. You unzip it from here, you pull this back, you can take this off. Make sure you disconnect the fucking map sensor. And then I took off this intake hose, took out the vacuum line, and it's only 5 bolts on the manifold. I forget what size, but they're really easy to take off. Take that off, and then you see the vacuum reservoir right underneath that, and you can check the lines. I think this lines alone, the whole setup is like $60 something, so it's a good investment if you have this code to start off with that. Then I suggest starting off with the valve cover, and then the diverter valve. If that's not working, then you're probably gonna have to look inside your turbo to see if your wastegate's closing, or check your downpipe. I mean your Cadillac converter, or the gas game between the Cadillac converter and your turbo. All of that could help with that limp mode, that boost deviation. Luckily for me, it was an easy fix. It wasn't that expensive. I've done a whole lot of stuff to this car lately though. In the last 3 months I've had it, I already changed out the water pump, the friction wheel, the valve cover. We changed the belt. Little stuff like that just to keep it running good. It's running good. It has 133,000 miles, but it feels like it's running really good. It's a 2009 JCW Hypersport package. So you guys can see it. Alright guys, I'm out for now. But I got more updates coming soon. I'm gonna get some aftermarket parts for the car and I'll show you guys how to install them. And we'll learn together as we go. But yeah, this is the car for now.